That's also valid. But they can't give it to you until 3 months. Legally. Every week during December except the first one. So it's the only week we had. So that's what happened. We got to head into the so we'll see. I hope it turns out great.
Oh, that's all the way up, so I don't really.
That's getting us something, but it might be off of this. Oh, that's not the USB device, is it?
No, it's this microphone off the camera,
Oh,
off the computer.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. There we go. We're all awake.
No, we're not.
Well, we have a different opening for you today. We have a special, very, very special guest musician in the house today. Our very, very good friend, Jim Jordan, is here today. He's got a very special Elevate and Celebrate song for us. That's deeply meaningful, so let's all join in.
Okay, then we will go with this. This was written by a very lovely lady named Ruth Duck, who writes marvelous, marvelous things. And it's called Abundant Life. So as you kind of get it, the words are up here, and join with me. It's a tune that you may know. The tune is How Can I Keep From Singing? We cannot hold the sun and sky, the moon, the stars, or we are born that is within which we're free. With open hands, receive and share the gifts of foundation that all may have open by in every nation. Patrick, can you turn me down? And you be prayed for morning. And words found there for me. God calls you now, that's me to pray. Come, come, in Let's meet joy as partners in creating a future free from want or fear. Life's goodness celebrating that the world that comes from afar. Invite from shame that all they have life for.
Thank you, Jim Jordan. And once again, good morning and welcome to everyone. It's so great to see you all here. You're all your bright, shining faces. And on this beautiful, beautiful morning, crystal clear blue skies, crisp, clear air out there. It's a great time to be in California, I think. And also, welcome to our online audience. Welcome. We are live on Facebook and YouTube, and thank you for joining us. It has been a long road to get you here, but we are almost at the end of that road. So our connection to the outer world is pretty solid right now. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Like the sign says, welcome. If it's your first time here, I just want to get some house cleaning out of the way, some good housekeeping, rather. The bathrooms are to our left here, and then we also have bathrooms downstairs. So if you feel so inclined, they're right through this pocket door here and to your left. So, has anybody been working with the topics this month of home and being at home with yourself and making your home into a place of love and peace? And the good thing about delivering these talks is that you get to live the topics for a while. And man, when I think I said on the first week that home is a place of forgiveness. And man, all this month I have been noticing how I've not been forgiving myself in my home and in the home that is my mind. You know, I feel like home is a place where of retribution and recompense and comeuppance, and it's not. It is a place of peace, of love, of forgiveness. It's where you can be understood and where you can understand. I'm noticing that it's kind of a paradigm shift from my previous perception of home, and it makes a big difference. So I just want to share that with you. If you guys are going through anything as you're kind of going through your new home, which is your consciousness, if anything's coming up, it's supposed to come up, and it's good that it's coming up, and it lets you work on things. So if it's your first time here or you're new to this philosophy, I just want to tell you right now about a couple of things that we believe. Oh no, my buzzer's not working. Oh no, my slides. This gets worse and worse. What we believe. Yes, number one, first and foremost, what we believe is love is all there is. Everything's an expression of love, a call for love, we good? I'm a little scatterbrained today. I just love technology. Love it.
Live.
What's that?
Welcome to live.
Yes, welcome to live. So love is all there is. Number two, we believe that all thought is creative and influential. Thoughts are things. Every single one of us, every single thing that you lay eyes on around you has been preceded by thought. We are thought into existence. And so we pay a lot of attention to what we think and what we believe here at CSL Davis. Oh, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Reverend David Clark. I'm the senior minister here at CSL Davis and beyond. We say and beyond because we're working on bringing a new name, and that name is so very close, and we're going to hear a little bit more about that later. But number three, we believe that you are whole, perfect, and complete, exactly as you are right now. Right now, with all of your initiatives and all the things that you got to get done and all your aches and pains and all the mistakes and all the, yes, you are whole, perfect, and complete right now. And we know that because we come from a whole, perfect, and complete source. And as much as we can embody that we're whole, perfect, and complete, that changes the way we enter into all of our endeavors in the world. So we believe that about ourselves, and we also believe that about you. And number four, we believe in a world that works for everyone, and we're working from that world together. And it's not a world that we're trying to make work for everyone. It's a world that truly works for an effect, and it works the same way for anybody that puts it to work. So That's what we believe, and that's what you've entered into here at the Center for Spiritual Living, Davis. So now, with that thought, with that mindset, whole, perfect, and complete, at the forefront of your mind, let us all gather and do our namaste and greet each other, knowing that we're greeting a whole, perfect, complete person as a whole, perfect, and complete person. So let's have our namaste talk. Isn't that great? Isn't it wonderful to look in somebody else's eyes and to purposely know their perfection and to know that you're looking at a blessed child of God right there in front of you? Acknowledging that, I absolutely love Namaste time. So, now let me welcome our practitioner of the day, who is Dr. Deborah Taylor, and she's coming to us all the way from, is it Tuscaloosa? It's not Tuscaloosa.
No.
But it's from Alabama. Tuskegee. Why do I always forget? Good morning, Deborah. She's going to share with us our vision and mission and today's affirmation. Good morning, Deborah.
Good morning, David. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's so good to be with you and to share our vision statement, mission statement, and affirmation today. So the CSLD vision is to create an environment for all to realize the power of spiritual connection. So let's just breathe as we take those words in. And the CSLD mission is to provide a sanctuary for all to be lifted and inspired to embody spiritual principles and to live their inherent greatness. So I'm going to invite you to speak these words aloud in your own voice and anchor them for yourself as we repeat the mission statement one more time. So the CSLD mission is to provide a sanctuary for all to be lifted and inspired to embody principles and live their inherent greatness. Thank you. Our affirmation for today is, I'm at home wherever I go. How true this is. I'm at home wherever I go. Pleasure to welcome our board president, Diane Capaldi, with this week's announcements. Good morning, Diane.
Good morning, Dr. Deborah Taylor, and welcome everyone. We are glad you are here today with us. Okay, our announcement today is this Friday. Join us for our midwinter cabaret, and oh my gosh, the planning has been going on and it's going to be fabulous. It's going to be right here on this Friday, which is December 2nd, and it starts at 7 p.m. And we're going to have, oh my gosh, the lineup is going to be incredible. This is our second one. Last year was fabulous, and I'm sure this year will be even more fabulous. And we'll have treats and snacks downstairs to enjoy also. So if you're in Winters, if you're not in Winters, come by. And we are asking for a $10 love donation. And also, if you'd like to bring a gift for the Gifts for Kids program, we will be collecting presents.
Unwrapped.
Unwrapped?
Yes.
Oh, unwrapped. Okay, that makes it a little easier. The second thing is Tuesday, December 6th. Join Jason Gerardo at 9 a.m. here in Winters at the park, community park, where he is going to do a walking meditation. So it's outside. If you want to come be with nature and meditate, it should be an interesting, relaxing, fun event. And this Monday, please join us. We will be having a meeting on Zoom at 5 o'clock, and we will be discussing our new name. And we have 3 that have risen to the top, and we'll be discussing them, and I believe voting on them. So if you are a member, you will be able to vote. But if you're not a member, we'd still love to have you come and share with us your thoughts on what would be the perfect name for us. So that is this Monday. And our gratitude groups meets on December 8th, and that is a Thursday, 4:30 to 5:30, and June Robinson leads that, and it's at the Davisville Apartments Community Room. Okay, and today our speaker is Reverend David Clark, and our guest artist is Amanda Craig. So, thank you all.
One more announcement. As you guys may know, Christmas falls on a Sunday this year. Yay! So, in observance of that, we are going to do a special service, and we are going to pre-record a service and broadcast it through our streaming services. So there will not be a service here on Christmas Day. Join us online. We're going to have a special thing, and we're pre-recording something, and it should be pretty cool. So tune in for that. But just so you know, there's no service here on Christmas Day. I'm sorry, ma'am, we're not taking questions at this time. Yes, it will be at our regular time. Thank you, Heather. It's my lovely wife, Heather, chiming in, letting me know gently what I forgot to mention. So we'll be broadcasting that at the regular time, and also you'll be able to see it after it's broadcast on Facebook or YouTube. So, but it will be starting at 10 o'clock. So now we want to enter into the more contemplative part of the service, and to Heather Flores, she's going to give us our sacred reading of the day.
So this is really a lovely one. Always, the Spirit corresponds to our belief in and receptivity to it. Hence, there is a power within to which each may come, a presence which is light, a spirit which is guidance. This is fundamental to the understanding of the science of mind. There is a spirit which knows. This is God. This spirit which knows us. It corresponds, it responds, it flows through us. It's by Ernest Holmes, and it's from Can We Talk to God, page 11.
Thank you, Heather. I'm going to invite us into that deep place of connection as we allow our breath to deepen in itself in its own perfect rhyme. And as we exhale, we simply come into this awareness of there is only one of us here. There is that infinite, eternal, omniscient, omnipresent energy that we call love. We may call it God, we may call it Spirit, we may call it Allah, or Yemaya, Shango. We may call it Mother Earth, Father Sky, Wakantanka. We may call it Gaia, Big Mama, Shiva. By whatever name, it is that infinite presence, that infinite power, that infinite love, that infinite intelligence, that is expressing itself uniquely as each one of us. For as I know that I am an expression of the divine, I know that this is the truth of each one. This is the truth of, indeed, the entire creation, all that is, all that yet to be. And so I am speaking my word, knowing that in the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The Word is created. And so as I speak into being the perfection that is this Sunday service, I simply know that all that needs to be said is said, all that needs to be heard, experienced is a perfect experience. I speak in gratitude for our surrendered vessel, Reverend David Clark. Allow Spirit to speak forth through and as His voice, through and as His life. I speak in gratitude for all who have shown up to prepare this space, bringing love, our beautiful musicians and musical, our beautiful audio-visual anchor, our practitioners, our board members, our congregation, our friends. And as we are connected to everyone and everything in this universe, I am so grateful that this wave of gratitude and love simply emanates out to everyone and is reflected back to the giver. So as I release my word of gratitude, this beautiful service, I release my word for every prayer that may be held in the mind or the heart of each one, for the prayers that are held around the world, whatever may be happening in the physical plane. I know that there is a spiritual solution. That spirit always says yes, yes to abundance, yes to love, yes to power, yes to sharing of our talents, yes, yes to your heart's desire, yes. As I stand in the feeling tongue all is well, I release my word into the law and love. That is the alchemy of spirit, knowing that it is done, all is well. And I invite all to anchor this truth with me without words by shade from our African tradition. Aho, tradition. Amen, tradition. And so.
Okay, got my notes. So, welcome to your dream home, the place of your dreams. We're at the end of November, and it's our month of making our way home, making our big hero's journey from home to home. And from where we thought our home was to where our home actually is, where we can be the fullness of ourselves. And we return from our journey older and a little wiser. So the person that comes home from the journey, first of all, are there any heroes in here? Yes. We've been here all month talking about our hero's journey and how you are the hero of your story. You are the hero. So, me, I'm a coward. I don't want to do that. No, you're the hero. Why do I say this? Because look back on your life. Look at what you've done. Look at what you've survived. Look at what you've craftily got out of, how you narrowly escaped certain things, and you've brought yourself to this present moment. Wonderfully, beautifully, to be here attentive and alert and happy and healthy. You are a hero. And you should acknowledge yourself as such. That's what we want to do when we see somebody that's pulled a kitten out of a tree or a baby out of a burning building. We say that is a hero, and we can acknowledge them, and we want them to be acknowledged. So for all that you've done for you, acknowledge yourself as the hero of your story. You may have discovered that a lot of limitations that you started off with are not the same as you have now. Those limitations have dissolved. You've learned things about yourself. You may discover that we are actually spiritual beings having a human experience. We are spiritually whole, perfect, and complete. And our human experience is whole, perfect, and complete. We're completely human. Perfectly human. So you may find that it's not about changing yourself into something that's good. Our journey is about being the best that we can possibly be, being the best person that we can be. Now, how does that compare and how does that match up to everybody? It's like, oh, well, my best is better than his. No. Life is an exhibition. It's not a competition. We are trying to exhibit our absolute best. And so that's what all of this is a journey towards our absolute best selves. Psychologically and spiritually mature adults. And that's my end goal. I want to be I want to be psychologically and spiritually mature. And what does that mean to be a psychologically and spiritually mature person? Well, there's a couple of things that come with that. Number one, courage. You have courage. You know that there's less to be afraid of because you face things. You went out there on your hero's journey and you faced opposition, bold opposition. You might have faced some danger. You might have faced other people's limitations that they want to impose on you. And you've learned that none of that makes any difference. What matters is here and here, independent of anybody else's conclusions. So that can give you courage. So that is one thing that comes from being spiritually and psychologically mature, is that you're a little bit more brave. You're willing to go into dark areas and face challenges head on. And it's a big misconception in the science of mind movement that Ernest Holmes is telling you to deny your circumstances. And that's not what he's saying. To be clear, he's not saying to deny circumstances. He's saying to deny the circumstances' power over us. What is your circumstance? It's just a circumstance that can change. If you don't have a job right now and that's your circumstance and you want a job, you don't ignore the fact that you don't have a job, but you look at the other gifts that are coming from that. You're allowed to make different choices. You're allowed to make different choices with what you do with your life. There's a lot of freedom involved with looking for a job. And it may not seem that way at the start, but you can learn a lot about yourself as you're looking for a job, as you're looking for ways to expand your energy, your blessed energy. So have courage. Have courage. Nothing can defeat you. You've got God on your side. Who can oppose God? Nothing. No one. So use that power that you have within you and use it to fuel your courage and your bravery. Number two, responsibility. It makes us more responsible for our lives. As we kind of grow in maturity, we're responsible for our decisions, responsible for the outcome of those decisions. And we can see a tie between what we're doing and what the result is far beyond us. So what we're tempted to do in our hero journey is to find somebody to blame. Oh, that's why it didn't work out. Oh, that person's against me. Oh, that person's against me. You can find something to blame and you can say, okay, that person is imposing limitations on me, and it takes your power away. It takes your responsibility away because somebody else is doing something to you. But all the power resides within you. Mature adults are willing to hold themselves accountable for their circumstances, to acknowledge what is, own their responsibility, and to take action to remedy the situation. Spiritually mature adults assume full responsibility for their own thoughts, feelings, and actions. And they understand that accountability is the key to personal freedom. And I know what you're thinking. There's a lot of adults out there that have not reached this level of maturity. And it's true. But we're all in different stages. We're all in different phases. And no matter who you are, you're somewhere on the responsibility spectrum of being able to accept a little bit more responsibility for your life. So like I said before, it's not a competition. It's not about what your neighbor's doing. It's not about what your friend is doing. This is all about you and what you're doing and how you can improve your experience of life. Three is the ability to let go. And this is so key. When you are more mature, you realize that you don't have time and space and energy to hold on to a lot of stuff that's not serving you. To hold on to a lot of baggage, to hold on to a lot of thoughts that, oh, I'm not worthy enough, oh, I'm not capable, oh, my mother said I could never do this, so I believe her, and so I will never try. No. You have to have the ability to let things go, to let other things in. So this is key for me personally, because I have, like I mentioned earlier, I have these problems forgiving myself. I will say something to you up here, I'll flub a word or things won't come out quite right, and then I'll dwell on it for the rest of the day. It's like, oh, why did I do that right? Why did I do that better? And you know what? The interesting thing is no matter how much I dwell on it, it never changes. Never changes. No matter how much I go back and rewrite it in my mind, it still stays what it is. Yeah. So I've got a choice here. I can dwell on it. I can dwell on it and I can punish my way to a better future. I can punish my way to better choices. Or I can just acknowledge, hey, I made a mistake. I'm still okay. I'm still a great guy. I'm still lovable. I'm still worthy. Scruffle. I don't have any hair to scruff. But if I had hair, I'd scruff. Get on, Dave. Come on. Go on and be blessed. Go on and make new decisions. Don't stay here mired in this mess. This is the past. We are always in this blessed present moment. So that means whatever mistakes that we made, they're not here and now. So we can let them go. And that's really, Heather calls it my superpower of letting things go, because I have no problem. We have cabinets just like everybody else in the world. I have no problem letting go of anything that Heather's got. I can look at the cabinet and I can say, oh, that's not mine, that's not mine, that's not mine. And I'm great at letting go. And Heather loves this. She loves this about me. I'm always saying, oh, we gotta throw this thing away, we gotta throw this away. She goes, well, what about the things you gotta throw away? It's like, no, that's mine. I don't want to. But I got stuff in those cabinets too. And the great thing about emotional and, not emotional, but about psychological and spiritual maturity is that even though I can go through and I can complain about somebody else's stuff, and then Heather will complain about my stuff, the maturity comes in not from the not complaining. The maturity comes in from listening. It's like, oh, you know what? You're right. I need to look at that myself. Oh, you know what? You are right. I need to look at myself. And that's something that's advanced class in spiritual maturity, is to be able to listen to someone without your guard up, without worrying about if your imperfections are going to be revealed, and listen with an open heart and take someone else's advice into your mind and ask yourself, is that true? And all of this leads to a greater understanding. A greater understanding that you are part of a greater whole. An understanding that we are all connected. All of us. An understanding of what your actions do. Unconditional love is what we want in our spiritual home. And at the heart of every human being, we carry our home with us. And when we meet people, we're inviting them into our home. And as soon as we've all been in other people's houses before. As soon as you walk into a house, you get a sense of who they are. You get a sense of how loving they are. You get a sense of how welcoming they are. You get a sense of their true essence. And that is what you're carrying around with you. And people can see. And just as easily as they can see your face, they can see how you approach the world. They can tell if you're a courageous person. They can tell if you're a responsible person that takes responsibility for themselves. They can tell if you have the ability to let stuff go, or if you're weighed down by everything that has happened to you. If you're weighed down about something last week, people know as soon as they walk into your house, as soon as they enter into your consciousness, they see who you are. And I'll tell you, when I'm around somebody that's confident, that's courageous, that is doing the kinds of things that I want to do, the letting things go, being responsible for themselves, that is infectious. It used to make me envy them. And then maybe hate them. They've got what I want. Oh man, I could never be like that person. But my psychological and spiritual maturity kicks in, and now when I'm in the midst of those kind of people, I take notes. I listen to what they're saying. I listen to the lessons that they've learned. I take a value in their experience. I don't just look at it as, I'll never get it. It's like, hey, I want some of that. And that person, that light that's coming from that person that I admire is like what are those things? A lighthouse. It's like a lighthouse telling me who and what they are and letting me know that, boy, this is a solid person. You could learn something from this person. Instead of being envious like I would be, now I've shifted that to now I'm learning. So, like I said, other people recognize what's emanating from you. So there's a lot of reasons that we want to keep our home to be a sanctuary. Keep yourself as a sanctuary and know that God is always with you. And you just let your natural light shine. And I've run into people that don't know anything about science of mind. Of course, we've all got a light within us. And you can point out things about their life that they didn't know. That they didn't know that they needed to be happy about it. I met someone on a running trip. And the great thing about running is when you're running with other people, there's nothing to do but run and talk. And so you talk and get to know people. And this gentleman was telling me about a relationship he had with his father. And this guy was incredible. Talk about people to look up to. He was a computer programmer that decided to go back to school, get a doctorate in psychology, and so now he's a clinical psychologist. He got out of software, went into psychology, and so now he's doctor whatever. And so I'm like, wow, the guy's blowing me away. So we're talking, and he's a very nice individual, and he's telling me about his dad and how he's always had a problem dealing with his dad. And his dad has always got something to say about what he's doing. And nothing's ever good enough. He's always really gruff, and he never, it's typical parent problems. And he's telling me about a time when he's telling his dad about his hobby of running, and he's going to go to Germany. He's going to run this German marathon. And his dad was like, oh, well, you should do this kind of nutrition, and you should eat like this, and you should do this, and you should do that, and coming up with all of these things that he should do. And this is what enraged him so. It's like, no, Dad, I know what I'm doing. You don't have to tell me how to eat. And blah, blah, blah. I've been doing this for a while, and I know how to do it. You think you know it all. So that's their realm. From the outside, I'm listening to him, and he's saying that, and all I'm hearing is how much his dad is interested in what he's doing. And how much his dad wants to be part of what he's doing. By giving him tips and hints, and just, maybe he doesn't know anything about running, but he wants to be involved. And so I said this to my friend. I was like, wow, it sounds like your dad really kind of wants to be involved with your life, and he's really kind of proud of what you're doing. And he's like, well, I never thought about it like that before. Yes, this is what spiritual maturity can do. I'm looking at his life not like, wow, I can never do what he does. I can never do what he did. And I approach him as a human being, person to person. And I could see his blessings where he could see them. And so when we were done with our run, he thanked me for seeing that and for saying that to him. And he said, yeah, my wife is always telling me the same thing. And I said, yeah, you should listen to her. Like I listen to my wife all the time. Isn't that right, honey?
Better.
So that's another benefit of this spiritual maturity. You want to share. You see and recognize other people's struggles, and you want to help them with that. And so you shine your light. You see beautiful things in them. You see beautiful things in their life, and you share that. And so I just want to commend you as the hero of your own journey, as you are embarking, because we're always on a journey. As soon as we come back from one journey, we're on to another one. There isn't ever a final destination. Ooh, I'm home. I'm fully developed as a human being. Whew. I don't have to do anything else. I don't have to learn anything else. I don't have to talk to anyone else. I don't have to experience anything else. I am done. I've completed my mission. And as soon as you do that, well, then I guess your mission's over. So we've got a lot that we need to work on. And as peaceful as we are, as loving as we are right now, we could always be more so. We could always learn more about ourselves. And we can always have more light to shine. So for your home play, I just want to encourage you to always know that you're at home. When I say home play, I don't mean go home and do this. I mean, do this in the home that you carry around with you 24 hours a day, in your spiritual home. A very wise friend of mine told me after I purchased a house, he said, "Welcome to never having nothing to do." And I didn't understand what he meant, but I get it. Now, there's always something to do. There's always something to be repaired. There's always something to be fixed or improved or whatever. So welcome home. Welcome to never having nothing to do. How peaceful can you make your home? How forgiving can you make your home? How much unconditional love can you share with yourself in your home? There's always more that we can do. There's always more that we can uh, ease our load. So for your home play, make your home something that supports you, something that loves you, something that is always there for you, something that understands you and never puts you down. You don't have to tolerate that in your own house. You don't have to tolerate that bad self-talk. So let us take that into prayer. And it is here and now. From our home that is the grand Prince Odium, our home which is our individual selves. That place of no limitation, of complete unending love, place of boundless wisdom, of everlasting energy. It is from that place that we declare that there is one Spirit, one guide, one God. And that one is everything. All power, all beauty, all joy, all good. And it is that infinite goodness that's our birthplace. That's where we come from. Infinite good, everlasting good. And as I know that this is our birthplace, this is where we come from, this is our origin, I also know that within me resides infinite good. Within everyone that can hear my voice, there resides an infinite good. Our direct line to God. So I know that this good is limitless and all powerful. And I know this about all the cares and concerns in my heart. I know this about all the cares and concerns on the hearts of everyone here. That nothing is outside the reach of God. And as I know myself to be whole, perfect, and complete, I also know that same truth of you, of your wholeness, your completeness, your perfection. That is our birthright. It's our gift from God. And so we make this power, we have this power to make a home of our choosing. Ourselves to an ever changing and ever expanding home within us. We say yes to love, yes to forgiveness, yes to power. Yes, yes, yes. And God responds to us with yes. And so I'm grateful for all these words. I'm grateful to know this deeply in my heart. I'm grateful to express it. I'm grateful for it. And so I release these words into the mind of the universe to do its works, to respond and reflect these words back to me, these words of love and perfection and power and hope. I release them to God to make them real in front of my eyes, to start manifesting now. And let us all release these words with the words. And so it is.
When I think of home, I think about unconditional love, complete acceptance, and peace of mind and tranquility. When I think of home, I think of a place where there's love overflow. Wish I was home. Wish I was back there. Things I've been knowing. Bend into leaning. Suddenly the rainfall that falls has a meaning, sprinkling the sea, makes it all so clear. Maybe there's a chance for me to go back now that I have some direction. It sure would be no so nice to be back home with it. Love and affection. Just maybe I can convince time to slow up. Giving me enough time in my life to grow up. Time be my friend. Let me start all over again. Be mindful of God and change its face. But I still know where I'm going. My mind's spun all around in space, and yet I wander through. Oh, if we should believe the things that we see, should we try and stay? Or would it be just a thing that things just be as they are to me? Oh, living here in this breath might be a fantasy, but it's hard for me to lie. Oh yes, love, it's so real, real to me. There was love inside my heart to find. Like like oh. James Jordan.
Amanda Craig, thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, we are a center. Ooh, offertory, awesome. We are a center that practices and observes the spiritual practice of giving and tithing, and we call that conscious, committed, and structured giving. And there are many ways to give and expand abundance consciousness. We give of our time through volunteering, we give of our talents through participation, and we give of our treasure through financial donations. Your gifts help us in our mission to provide a sanctuary for all to be lifted and inspired to embody spiritual principles and live their inherent greatness. Our tithing partner this month is, or this quarter is NAMI.org, or is Yolo County. I mess it up every week. This.
To them.
Yes, yes. And so please know that part of your gift, part of your tithe is going to help people that are suffering with mental illness in Yolo County, people that are suffering and their family, and the families. So now that you know about that, let me tell you about how to give. Okay, there's many ways to give. You can text to give at this number. Very easy to do. If you are PayPal inclined, then you can also use PayPal at info.csl.davis@gmail.com, or you can send a good old-fashioned check or money order to our P.O. box. So now that we know why we give and how to give, let's enter into that sacred consciousness of abundance. And I invite you to place your hand over your heart, symbolizing that energy of circulation, and say with me our abundance affirmation. I give with an attitude of abundance, knowing that as I give, I do receive. Today, I celebrate my prosperity and my ability to share from my overflow of good. I give from the knowledge that all is well.
God is my power. God is me every day. So come and say, God is me every day. God is me every day. God is me every day.
I wanted that to go on. We bless and release these gifts to do their work of proclaiming the good news that all is well. As we have freely given, according to the law of circulation, it returns to us, full measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. So we will always have more to enjoy and to spare, to give and to share. For this we give thanks, we let it be so, and so it is.
So it is.
Almost.
Oh, well, it says do it now.
Almost now.
Following the recipe.
All right, we want to say to the children, we always want to include children because this is why we're here. Can you imagine every child growing up that they're knowing that they're whole, perfect, and complete? Can you imagine what you would have, the different decisions you would have made knowing that you're whole, perfect, and complete? And so we believe that the sooner we get this message, the better. So we want to tell the kids that we love you.
Love you.
We're here for you.
We're here for you.
And we're glad you're here. All right. We also believe in the power of spiritual connection here at CSL Davis. So what does that mean? That means that we believe that we are connected to God and we're connected to each other. And that connection has power when we use it together. It has power. So we believe in the power of prayer. And if you find yourself in a situation you need to know the absolute best about yourself, you need prayer to be injected into a situation, you need some God to be injected in there, then please avail yourself and come and talk to a practitioner. Today, I'm in. If you need prayer, then just let me know. And we can get together in our private little prayer area and just talk about how great and wonderful and powerful and worthy that you are. So just let us know. Also, after church, we're going to have fellowship time downstairs. We've got goodies down there, and there's a lift that you can use to motor yourself down there if you have some mobility issues. I do want to say before we close, can we all give a nice round of applause for Jim Jordan that's sitting in? Jim also, I don't think I mentioned this, but Jim has also donated that keyboard to our center. Keyboard, and Billy is so excited. As soon as he heard about this, he said, "Oh, that's the same one I used in Cincinnati for the CSL Greater Cincinnati." He used that same keyboard, so he's very excited to get his hands on that. Yes, and not have to carry one here every week. He's probably a little bit happy about that too.
Oh, yes.
So let's have our final song, and then we can fellowship. If you please stay now. Today to your new home, your ever-changing home, your ever-expanding home, and know that you can do anything. And let your light shine. And always remember that God loves you. And so it is. All right. Right. He's always thinner and thinner. And yes, he's accompanied you today. And like, because I don't think, is he always coming in? Okay. That's New Year. Yeah. Quietly, let the diva do her thing. And just gonna sit back and shine, shine. Yeah, that's what I do when I go with Heather on her gigs. Get off to the background, let her do her thing. So what? So thank you. What did I do? Oh, I'm just talking about you, my own personal diva. Oh. Diva management. We're just talking about. Diva management. It's like do whatever you do. That's what you do. Pretty much. Yep. Yeah. It's a one-page book. Perfect. We started this whole thing about talking about Dorothy. So it's more perfect than you. Yeah. Because the original hero's journey we were talking about is story. And you went through to arrive again. Yes. So yeah, love the way